The sky over the subcontinent in early 2019, a region steeped in history and burdened by unresolved conflicts, was a pressure cooker, the temperature rising steadily with no release valve in sight. Decades of mistrust and simmering disputes had created a volatile atmosphere. Suspicion and bad blood simmered, a constant undercurrent in the relationship between the two nations. Every movement, every statement was scrutinized, analyzed, and often misinterpreted. Between two nuclear-armed neighbors, a reality that amplified the stakes and cast a long shadow over every interaction. The world held its breath, knowing the potential consequences of any miscalculation. Politicians hurled threats, rhetoric escalating with each passing day, further fueling the flames of animosity. The airwaves were filled with accusations and counter-accusations, and the region held its breath, waiting for a spark, a single event that could ignite the tinderbox and plunge the subcontinent into chaos. Ordinary citizens watched with growing anxiety. Fighter jets patrolled the skies, a constant reminder of the military might poised on both sides of the border. Each sortie a message. Don't even think about it. A silent but unmistakable declaration of readiness. The air was thick with anxiety, the tension almost a tangible presence. Every sunrise bringing new tension, a renewed sense of uncertainty and foreboding. For the pilots of the Pakistan Air Force, these were not just routine exercises. Every mission was a statement of national pride, a demonstration of their unwavering commitment to defend their homeland. They were the sharp end of the spear, the nation's first line of defense, the guardians of the nation's skies, entrusted with the sacred duty of protecting its sovereignty. On one side, a nation with a point to prove, eager to assert its strength and resolve. On the other, a force on high alert, prepared to respond to any perceived threat with swift and decisive action. The world watched, expecting chaos, bracing for the potential fallout of a conflict between two powerful nations. It was a high-stakes standoff, a dangerous game of brinkmanship, with potentially catastrophic consequences, with cities as chips and fighter squadrons as cards, a chilling reminder of the human cost of geopolitical tensions. The question wasn't if something would happen, but when. The clock was ticking and the pressure was mounting, and when it did, it would be fast, a sudden and violent eruption, terrifyingly fast, leaving little room for error or second-guessing. The tension was palpable, the stakes monumental. The fate of a region hung in the balance. The pilots were ready, prepared to answer the call of duty, their fingers hovering over history, poised to make decisions that would resonate for generations to come. The stage was set for a confrontation, a collision course between two nations locked in a dangerous dance that would echo far beyond the clouds, leaving an indelible mark on the region and the world. In the early days, air defense relied on human eyes and rudimentary technology, but as the world evolved, so did the methods of protecting the skies. Air defense wasn't just about binoculars on a hill anymore, it was a symphony of technology, a complex interplay of sensors and systems working in perfect harmony. Deep underground, shielded from potential attacks, PAF's air defense command centers buzzed with activity, the nerve center of the nation's aerial protection. Operators, the unsung heroes of the skies, stared intently at their screens, their focus absolute, tracking every blip, every movement, every potential threat in the vast expanse above. Radar dishes swept relentlessly across the horizon, their powerful beams probing the atmosphere, searching for anything that dared to enter uninvited. These sophisticated instruments were constantly translating echoes into vital data, painting a real-time picture of the airspace. This digital shield, woven from countless signals and calculations, gave pilots the crucial head start they needed to react, to intercept, to defend. Controllers, the voices in the sky, communicated constantly with jets circling above, guiding them through the complex web of airspace. They were relaying coded instructions, providing critical updates, and ensuring the safe and efficient flow of air traffic. Every anomaly was scrutinized with unwavering attention. Every blip, no matter how small, was a potential threat that demanded investigation. The pressure was immense, the stakes incredibly high. One mistake, one missed signal, could mean disaster for those on the ground. They tracked every commercial flight, ensuring the safety of civilian air travel. Every private plane, monitoring their flight paths and adherence to regulations. Even flocks of birds, distinguishing them from potential airborne threats. Their unwavering vigilance was the bedrock of the nation's air defense, the silent guardian of its skies. They filtered out the noise, the clutter, the distractions, all to find the signal that mattered. The one blip out of place, the anomaly that could spell danger. The system was active, breathing, constantly learning and always alert, ready to respond to any challenge. Without it, pilots would be flying blind, vulnerable and exposed in the vastness of the sky. With it, they were transformed into apex predators, masters of their domain, capable of engaging and neutralizing any threat. The watch was unblinking, the response ready, the commitment absolute. The sky was under constant, tireless surveillance, a silent promise of protection for those below. The tension had been building for days, a palpable unease hanging in the air. Diplomatic channels were strained, and the slightest misstep could ignite a full-blown conflict. Then, it happened. The unthinkable. On February 27, 2019, the already fraught situation took a dangerous turn. New unidentified blips appeared on the radar screens, piercing the veil of anticipation. These weren't just any aircraft, they were fast military aircraft. Their speed and trajectory immediately raised alarms, and their course was unmistakable, heading directly for the line of control, the volatile border that separated the two nations. This was no lost commercial flight, no accidental straying off course. It was a deliberate incursion, a calculated act of aggression. The Indian jets crossed the line, a brazen violation of sovereign airspace. The red line had been crossed. This act of aggression instantly turned simmering tension into a full-blown crisis, threatening to spiral out of control. The command center, a hive of activity, immediately snapped into action, the air thick with urgency and purpose. The hostile threat was rapidly confirmed through multiple channels, and the response was immediate, decisive, and coordinated. No hesitation, no delay, just swift and calculated action. Every second counted in this high-stakes game. The standing rules of engagement were crystal clear, leaving no room for ambiguity or misinterpretation. The Indian formation, a squadron of advanced fighter jets, pushed deeper into Pakistani airspace. They were banking on speed and surprise to achieve their objectives, hoping to catch the PAF off guard. But the Pakistan Air Force's advanced radar and surveillance system was fully operational and ready. Vital information shot rapidly up the chain of command, from the radar operators to the highest levels of command. The decisive order was given without hesitation. "Scramble! Intercept the intruders!" Ear-splitting sirens wailed across PAF air bases, shattering the relative calm and signaling imminent action. Highly trained pilots and ground crews moved with practiced precision and unwavering focus. Every movement was executed with practiced urgency, honed through countless drills and simulations. The formidable machine they'd poked was now fully awake, alert, and ready to defend its territory. The moment of truth had arrived, the culmination of years of training and preparation. The intruders had severely underestimated their opponent's resolve and capabilities. The PAF was about to respond with overwhelming force, a testament to their readiness and commitment to defending their nation. The sky was about to erupt in a symphony of roaring engines and the thunderous echoes of aerial combat. The battle for control of the skies had begun, a dangerous dance of skill, strategy, and unwavering determination. Scramble electrified the air bases, sirens blared, pilots sprinted to their jets. Ground crews worked with breathtaking speed and precision. This was no panic, just flawless execution. Pilots like Hassan Siddiqui and Nauman Ali Khan strapped in, bringing their machines to life. Jet engines roared, shaking the ground. Within minutes, canopies sealed, afterburners ignited, and the jets thundered down the runway. The JF-17 Thunders and F-16S soared skyward, ready for the hunt. Controllers vectored them towards the enemy. Teamwork was seamless. Everyone knew their role. The PAF was airborne, executing a plan. Now it was up to the men in the sky. Inside the cockpit, chaos met calm. PAF pilots rocketed toward the intruders, minds razor-sharp. The HUD displayed critical data. Ground controllers fed them enemy positions. No room for fear, only focus. Squadron leader Hassan Siddiqui and his wingmen moved as a pack, communicating in terse, coded phrases. Tally-ho, Fox 2. Every word mattered. The lead targeted the enemy. The wingman watched his back. It was a deadly ballet, honed by endless training. Indian jets appeared, first as specks, then as targets. The moment of truth was seconds away. Hearts pounded, but training took over. Adrenaline sharpened their senses. They were ready, calm, and lethal. The sky was their battlefield. The engagement was imminent. The interception was swift and clinical. PAF pilots, guided by ground control, achieved tactical advantage before the Indian pilots realized the danger. Using terrain and sun, they ambushed the intruders. Missile locks sounded. Point of no return. Indian pilots, caught off guard, scrambled to evade. Squadron leader Siddiqui locked onto a Su-30 MKI. Wing Commander Khan targeted a MiG-21 Bison. Missiles launched. Streaks of white smoke racing toward their marks. The MiG-21, flown by Abhinandan Varthaman, was hit and went down. The pilot ejected and was captured. The remaining Indian jets fled. The PAF did not pursue. Their mission was complete. Airspace defended, intruders repelled. It was a decisive, overwhelming victory. The PAF had shown breathtaking skill and heroism. News of the victory electrified Pakistan, streets filled with celebration. Pride replaced anxiety. The PAF hadn't just shot down a plane, they'd lifted a nation's spirit. Internationally, the world saw professionalism and restraint. The PAF's victory, achieved without loss and followed by calls for de-escalation, was a mark of strength. Pilots like Siddiqui and Khan became instant heroes. Their calm under pressure became legend. The PAF's motto, faith, belief, success, echoed across the country. The victory forged unity and pride. It reminded Pakistanis of their resilience. The roar of jets became the roar of a nation. Pakistan's skies were protected. The PAF had won more than a battle. They'd won the nation's heart.